Hey guys, it's Shawswell here with Show Gaming, here to present to you guys another WoW video. I haven't done one of these in a while. I figured it's high time I do another one. Now this is another quote-unquote Fury Warrior guide, but this is more of an update to my previous guide. There'll be an annotation up here in the top left to the previous guide for 5.0.5. Really, nothing has changed, other than obviously my gear and stuff like that. So, as you can actually see, my item level is 45 out of 46. You know, one or two of my tanking pieces improved that to like 486, but I'm not entirely sure on which piece it is. Actually, I think it is the Brawler statue. I think, anyway. Or it could be one of the rings. Actually, in fact, I know it's one of the rings. It's that ring right there. But anyway, as you can see, you know, I've got just about 1,200 strength, or 12,000 strength rather, about 17,000 stam, and I'm single-minded Fury. I've got the axe off of Elegon, and the sword out of Elefar. I forget which boss it is. I think it's the second to last boss in Heart of Fear, like the second part of Heart of Fear, Elefar. Which, let me see right here. That would have to be Nightmare of Shregzir. Yeah, that's where my offhand is from. So, as I said, 5.1 is out. You know, we got new dailies. I'm going to do daily videos about those, all of that fun crap. To be honest, I haven't done my dailies in a long-ass time. I did Order of the Cloud Serpent dailies, which I just wanted my Cloud Serpent. Let's be completely honest here, I wanted that. But other than that, everything still stayed the same. And I changed from Horde to Alliance. So I'll go ahead and scroll over my gear here. As you can see, it's all fairly, fairly up to date. You know, one or two pieces may be lacking. But again, most of it is pretty much the same. Or not the same, but most of it is what you would expect a best-in-slot warrior to have at this point. That's not doing full-on heroics, that's not, hard mode already. Second or the first week it was out doing hard modes of the raids and stuff like that. That is not me. The guild I'm in now, we're progressing at a fairly decent rate. We just got Windlord. I think it's the fourth boss in Heart of Fear down. So we just got two more, and then we're heading towards Terrace of Endless Spring. But yeah, I mean, nothing really is different as far as stats, rotation, and gear priority. Actually, last time I made a video for Fury Warriors, this ring right here I had, but it was the 468 version. It was the heroic 5-man version. But anyway, you can see I've got a ton of crit, a ton of, well, less mastery than I would actually like, and, I'm just above that hidden expertise cap. The cap is still the same at 2550 rating per hidden expertise. So if I would actually drop down to 2550 hit rating, I'd be perfectly at 7.5% hit. Same thing with expertise. I'm just slightly over because that's what my gear allows me to do. Doesn't allow me to be, at the cap evenly. Besides, I'd like to be slightly over than slightly under anyway. Just for that simple fact of, if I happen to be, in front of the boss for all of 2 seconds, I have less of a chance of being parried than, if I'm slightly above or slightly under the cap, or if I'm at the cap. Same thing with hit. Plus, as a Fury Warrior, or any melee class, or class in general, the more hit you have, the better. It's especially that way for Fury Warriors. I'll go ahead and go over my talents real quick. I changed from, Juggernaut to Double Time. I did the math and all of that stuff. I ran tons of sims. Double Time seems to be better just overall for us as far as rage generation goes. Because on fights where we're going to be constantly moving around, like, say, Garalon, the third boss inside of Heart of Fear, that is really, really good. Same thing with, the first boss in Heart of Fear and all that stuff. Double Time just comes out to be better. Second Wind, it didn't really matter. I could have stayed with Impending Victory, but I went with Second Wind anyway because I enjoy passives more than I do activated abilities. That's the key difference. Now, I have gone between Piercing Howl and Disrupting Shout for raids, for the simple fact that every time, well, it varies from boss to boss, or boss to boss rather. Like, say you're on Alagon, the third boss in, I think it's third, no, the second to last boss inside of MSV. Piercing Howl comes in very handy, same thing with Staggering Shout. Only reason I say that is it helps clump up the ads quicker, when you're going in after phase 2, helps them clump up quicker and allows people to kite them so that way they can AoE and whatnot. Other than that, I've gone with Disrupting Shout just because it actually does help on boss fights. Now, also, I've changed between Dragon Roar and Blade Storm for raiding. Actually, let me bring up Atlas Loot real quick, because I'll be able to tell you which boss I did this on. Now, for, the first two bosses right here, Imperial Visor Zorlok and Blade Lord Tayak, as well as Garlon, I was using Dragon Roar. However, for Windlord Maljarak, I used Blade Storm for the simple fact that it's an ad fight. As soon as you drop his ads, he's a cakewalk. We finished him with a minute and change left on the enrage timer, and I was, I have a placement now, like, I think I'm number 224 on World of Logs for Fury Warriors, so that was really, really good. And, we're going to be going to Ember Shaper Unsuck next time we go in there on Monday. But other than that, yeah, I've been using Dragon Roar mainly, and Blade Storm on fights where I can use Blade Storm. As far as the level 75 tier, I went from Vigilance to Safeguard for the simple fact that it's higher mobility. That's the only reason. I mean, if you want to go with Vigilance, you can go with Vigilance. Otherwise, go with Safeguard. It'll help you a lot if you have to get the hell out of something. And I've been tossing up between Avatar, even after they've changed it, and Bloodbath. I personally still like Avatar, but I've seen a DPS increase on varying fights due to Bloodbath. So it's a fight-by-fight basis. Just make sure you have Tome of the Clear Mind with you at all times. Make sure you have at least a stack of them. So, we want to... Oh, one other quick thing before I forget. Glyphs, I changed from, what was it? I had the Colossus Smash Glyph. I changed that to Recklessness. Because it helps slightly. It gave me about a 500 DPS increase. But I'm also, doing other stuff other warriors aren't. Like, I'm actually rage capping myself on purpose to be able to pop, Bloodbath or Avatar and all of that stuff. But anyway, the glyphs are still the same. Glyph of Death from above. And, Unending Rage. I've still got Crow Feast, Burning Anger, and Gushing Wound. You may actually want to opt to change whatever your third primary, or whatever your third major glyph is, instead of like Colossus Smash or, Recklessness, maybe Enraged Speed for certain fights. Like Windlord Maljarak, or whatever the second boss in, Blade Lord. Whatever they, on Blade Lord, for instance, in these, the second boss in Heart of Fear, Enraged Speed would come in major handy, in Phase 2, when you're trying to run to him and all of that stuff. So keep that in mind. That is another, optional glyph and situational glyph. Other than that, Death from Above and Unending Rage are pretty much mandatory. The others are all optional. Or not optional, but situational. So, I did go Single-Minded Fury. Only reason is because I still have, the two-handers that I had before, the, Gore-Soaked Heart or Head Reaper and Lightbreaker Greatsword. I've yet to upgrade those because I've been having fun with Single-Minded Fury. it does more DPS than Titan's Grip. Flat out, every warrior that's Fury is, single-minded Fury. Hands down, because it's the higher DPS spec right now. I expect once maybe next raid tier, comes out maybe the middle of that, that's when Titan's Grip will start picking up again and actually beat it. Because it was the same way when Kata first hit. Single-minded Fury beat out Titan's Grip, and then Titan's Grip came out ahead, second, third tiers. Now, rotation for Fury Warriors, it's still the same. We still want to keep our rage at 60 to 90 at all times. Charge him whenever you feel it necessary, or heroic leap in for that split additional DPS. Dragon Roar on cooldown, but do not hit Dragon Roar while Colossus Smash is active. All of that stuff. Really nothing, the rotation has not changed at all from 5.0.5 till now. So if you want to figure out the rotation, as I said, up here on the left-hand side will be an annotation to the Fury Warrior Guide for 5.0.5. I believe I speak about the rotation halfway through the video, so go ahead and skip to that. I'm not going to do an ARMS video or a prop video because I haven't played those specs. I played prot a little bit. I'll show you my prot gear now. Like, I've gotten 1 or 2 piece upgrade, like those, where is it, the shoulders I've gotten, and the boots, I think? No, the boots I had, but yeah, the shoulders were like the only thing I got. Everything else was, shoulders and belt. I'm sorry, shoulders and belt, only new things I've gotten for tanking. Really, that's it. I've yet to play ARMS, I've yet to play Titan's Grip Fury. Actually, no, I've played Titan's Grip Fury, but it's not worth it. It's a huge DPS loss. But anyway, I'm not going to do, the ARMS or prop because it's not worth it for me. I don't do well in those specs. I haven't played them in a while. I'm rusty. I would rather not do them. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about WoW, go ahead and leave comments, in the comment section down below. Sorry if I seem a little frazzled. It's because I've been hyper busy trying to pump out videos, trying to get fraps working, all of that stuff. Which for right now, it actually seems like it's working. But anyway, yeah, I've been trying to get videos out, all of that fun crap. And really, that is about it. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever about Fury Warriors, leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll feel free to answer them. One quick answer for a couple of questions. As far as what we're going to be enchanting, as far as like on our bracers, our gloves, legs, all of that stuff. Shoulder, it's obvious, the 200 strength, the 100 crit rating. Chest, we're going to be doing 80 stats, plus 80 tall stats. Back, we're going to be doing 180 crit, or 175 hit, I believe it is, or 170 hit. Whatever one. But anyway, yeah, crit above hit, unless you need that hit to get to the hit cap. Bracers go with the 180 strength. Gloves go with the 170 strength. Belt, obviously belt buckle. I haven't upgraded the enchant on my legs, but let me see real quick. I'll bring that up for you guys. Crafting and leatherworking. And I hit jewel crafting instead of leatherworking. Item enchant. We want to use the Anger Hide leg armor. 285 strength, 165 crit. Whereas I've got, where is it? 170 strength, 100 crit. So, yeah. On boots, we're going to use Pandarian Step. And that is really it. For weapons, Dancing Steel. If you can't get Dancing Steel, then go with Windsong or Elemental Force. I've played around with Elemental Force and Windsong together. If you go double Windsong or double Elemental Force, it's a 20 DPS difference, with Windsong coming out ahead by 20. If you go one Windsong, one Elemental Force, it's still that 20 DPS difference. So it's not that big of a factor. But if you can get Dancing Steel, Otherwise, yeah, go with one song. Again, if you can't get one song, Elemental Force, it's cheaper alternative. And that's really it. So expect a daily video out for the new dailies that Blizzard released with this patch. And I'll try and see if maybe I can start doing the Brawler's Guide videos. I've yet to, or Brawler's Guild rather, I've yet to, buy the item from the black market auction house to get it to the Brawler's Guild. Other than that, yeah, my name has been Charles from here at the Start of Gaming. Any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Feel free to send me a PM over Twitter, Facebook, what have you, or even over here on YouTube. And that is it, guys. I'll talk to you all next time.